Mr. Laurent Karsanti. I believe your presentation should be loaded, I believe.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Laurent Karsanti. I work as the head of technical expertise department at Enedis, the French DSO. And my subject today is around the Enedis Smart Grid Roadmap and our first studies on flexibility. So, as was shown just before by Marc Delandre, EDF International Networks is an affiliate of EDF and is promoting the Enedis, the French DSO expertise abroad. I'm the technical director of this affiliate. Enedis has successfully rolled out a first pillar of Smart Grid Roadmap, which is 17 million Linky smart meters deployed in France in March 2019, with a target of 35 million by the end of 2021. This is a subject that was detailed before in the presentation of Marc Delandre and Bernard Lassus, so I won't go back to that solution, but this is a very important solution for us in the Smart Grid Roadmap. We have a certain number of challenges, which are the same, I think, all over the world. Renewable energy sources that are growing in France, but also electrical vehicle integration. That is a new challenge for us. And for all those challenges, Enedis has developed smart grid solutions that are being rolled out since 2016. In order to give a certain number of key figures of Enedis, I will begin with the volume of renewable energy sources that are connected to our networks. We have 22 gigawatts of renewable energy sources connected to MV and LV network, which means that more than 90% of the renewable energy sources are connected to the distribution networks. 12 gigawatts of wind farms, 7 gigawatts of PV plants that are the main renewable energy sources that we have in France. 1.3 million kilometers of medium voltage and low voltage networks are operated by Enedis. 40% of them are underground. We have a SAIDI that is 65 minutes in 2017 and 2018. That was expected by the regulator as a good value to reach. What are the perspectives? The perspectives are the following one. 40 gigawatts of renewable energy sources to be connected in 2025 and 7 million charging points for electrical vehicle in 2030. These are the main perspectives we have. And there are very strong expectations from the public authorities. Public authorities, it means, for instance, the Ministry of Industry that launched New Industrial France for a smart grid plan, a large-scale deployment of smart grid solutions in France since 2017, but also the Energy Transition Law adopted in 2015, and our regulator recommendations that are very strong in terms of smart grid for Enedis. So, in order to answer these strong expectations, Enedis has adopted a three-step approach. First step is R&D and open innovation in order to scope the maximum of smart grid solutions that were possible to deploy in France. Then we experiment through demonstrators, a certain number of them. in France. And thanks to the return on experiment and thanks to cost-benefit analysis, we choose the best of them, the best cost-effective solutions, and roll out them. That is to say that this is a real service to all the actors of the electric power system. And this approach is concerning all the jobs, activities of our company. Here are 19 smart grid demonstrators all around France, as you can see, but also in Europe. I can quote Ventea, which is a demonstrator about the better integration of wind farm generation, but also Smart Grid Vendée about the optimization of production and consumption in a region, and Nice Grid, which is a demonstrator that deals with a PV integration and the contribution of the smart solar district to handle consumption peaks. In terms of European projects, one of them is very new. It's not quoted here. So there is Interflex about flexibility, and we will speak of flexibility further. And there is also E-Electrics that was quoted this morning at the introduction, and that is a new H2020 European project with one experiment in India with Tata, for instance, and other partners. So all these demonstrators are with partners, partners that are very different, and I couldn't quote all of them. Two main objectives with our smart grid roadmap. The first one is to modernize our network management process and infrastructures through maintenance, 3.0 operation, through advanced network operation, smart MVLV substation. And the second big challenge is to support the actors of the power system and the regions in the energy transition. And behind that, you have all the smart grid solutions that deal with better DER integration. Here are all the smart grid solutions that have been deployed in France, from the SCADA room to the primary substation, to the MV and LV networks, and concerning all our jobs, all our activities, from the smart planning to the smart connection, but also the smart operation. We have a certain number of new smart grid solutions that are deployed now in the west of France, but also in the southeast of France. That is the Ministry of the Industry that chose these two areas. Flexibility is one of the solutions, and this was the subject, and so I will focus on flexibility today. To address the flexibility usage at a distribution level, Enedis has published a report on the value of smart grid and the value of flexibility. We are testing new smart connection schemes in order to facilitate the connection of new customers and producers. For instance, we adopted a new solution in terms of connection of production, DER production. That means you can connect cheaper and quicker, but with a temporary curtailment of your active production. We also experiment contract flexibility services to optimize the operation and the development of network. And this solution, this flexibility contract, will be dealt with the local authorities, but also the flexibility provider. We can see that the flexibilities occur at different time horizons, from the network planning to the connection to the operation, which means operational planning, but also fault management. Here are the results of the Smart Grid Economic Assessment Report in June 2017 that says that the value of flexibility is local and temporary. It has a low occurrence, but during activation, it can be significant. That are the main results of our study. Here are the different steps of market flexibility. You can see that since early 2018, we have launched new grid connection solutions for producers. But later, in mid-2018, we launched a smart grid connection solution for consumers. And now we recently launched a public consultation about flexibility opportunity and about what is the need for actors in terms of flexibility. The idea is to construct altogether a flexibility service. In conclusion, rollout of smart grid solution is in progress since 2016. These solutions are concerning all DSO's activity. 2 pilots of large-scale deployment are in progress in the southeast and in the west of France. And the use of flexibility levers to solve network constraints are tested as experiments. Thank you for your attention.